Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. Today, we're going to talk about the Ripple security lawsuit. Well, it's not really the security lawsuit, actually. The, the actual, the lawsuit has to do with whether Ripple is a security or not, but the motion today is just whether they actually filed the court case on time or not. That's the actual thing that's up for debate. So, regardless of what the ruling is today on today's motion, it does not affect whether Ripple is a security or not. Ripple wants to avoid that issue. Ripple wants to avoid the XRP security issue and wants to dismiss this particular case with prejudice, which means no one else can sue them for this specific thing. They want to dismiss this case with prejudice without even touching the securities issue based on a technicality of a 3-year statute that the plaintiff did not actually file this particular case on time. So someone actually called into the courthouse. If you are interested, they called into the courthouse and they asked about the court number, which is 418-CV06753PJH. The phone number is 511-637-3530. You call in with that number. Hopefully it gets through. Maybe it won't. I don't know. And then you tell them this court case. And what it says is I just called the U.S. District Court in Northern California, Oakland Division, and spoke with a clerk. The motion to dismiss was taken under advisement by the judge. No new court date scheduled. So this does not mean it was actually dismissed. It's taken under advisement just means the judge is thinking about it. So the arguments have been made, and now the judge is thinking about whether to dismiss or not. So they've heard both sides, and now they're thinking about it. And this could take several weeks or possibly months to come up with a decision. So what does this mean exactly? It means the judge will think about it and make a ruling. No time frame specified. Not good or bad news as far as I can tell. I think a lot of people were hoping for a judgment today, but unless the judge was actually going to tip one way or the other today, this was always going to be the result. So they're taking it under consideration, but this does not actually mean that it's going to be dismissed or not dismissed. They just don't know, and the judge is basically mulling over the facts. And there isn't really a time frame, so it could be tomorrow, it could be next week, it could be next month, it could be 10 years from now. So we don't really know what this actually is. We can stop wondering about it because one day we'll wake up and we'll find either A, the case has been dismissed, or B, the case has not been dismissed. Obviously, the XRP fan club thinks it's really easy to rule on, but there's more into it. There's actually more to it than that. The judge could choose to dismiss the case, but there are a lot of legal ramifications, and I'm not a legal expert, so I don't really know which way they're going to rule. I know the previous attempts to get the case dismissed were not successful. Basically, all the clerk told you was essentially the judge heard both sides of the arguments, and now the judge will actually make a decision. Personally, because they failed to dismiss it the last few times, I still think the likelihood to dismiss is somewhat unlikely. It could happen. I mean, I'm not familiar with all the ins and outs of the case. I think it could happen, and I think that's the best case scenario, obviously, to dismiss it with prejudice. If they dismiss it without prejudice, then someone else can just bring it up again. But if they dismiss it with prejudice, then no one else can actually bring this up again. So essentially, this particular lawsuit is at a stalemate. The other lawsuit of the patent infringing, I think that one's going to get dismissed because that one's just ridiculous. But this particular one is at an impasse, and I think we'll have to wait a few weeks. I think we'll definitely have to wait a few weeks before we find out if this actually gets dismissed or not, because the judge is just taking all arguments under consideration. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. And don't let anyone tell you that whether this is today was the decision where Ripple was where XRP is a security or not, because that is definitely not the case, and they haven't even decided on whether to dismiss the case or not on a technicality. If they don't dismiss it, then the real court case and fight has not even begun. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think. Like and subscribe. Hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.